Hello, everybody. It's Lisa Jane here, and it is 2019. I'm not quite sure how we got here so fast, but we did. And I know it's a Saturday today, Saturday, January the 5th, and we're on the eve of a new moon and partial solar eclipse, which we won't be seeing from Cape Town, but I'm sure there are places in the Northern Hemisphere that will. I haven't made a video for a couple of weeks because I took a bit of time off at the end of last year, and I'm about to step back into my healing and my consulting again next week. And what I really wanted to share with you today is firstly to wish you a most blessed 2019, a most energetic, action-packed one, because that's what it feels like very strongly. And I felt guided I have for the past couple of days, to share with you what I feel are the energies around not only 2019, but also the fact that energetically I don't think we have stepped into the new year yet. It may well happen over the next 24 hours, but I also think that we may be waiting a couple of weeks until that happens. So as much as our calendar and dates are showing that we've hit the 1st of January, it doesn't quite feel like we've stepped into the new energy of 2019. We're building up to it, and we're in a kind of transition period. So a lot of people have been experiencing feeling unsettled and wobbly and not quite sure. But it's kind of the energy that you feel like before you start a race. And I don't know whether there's any of you out there that resonate with that. But for me, 2019 is a very, very energetically powerful, action-packed year. What do I mean by that? The energies that have been coming through in the last 6 to 8 weeks, and of course over the last 2 weeks even more intensely, are very, very strong. It's a bit like you have the electricity current running through and it may hit 10 volts, 20 volts. Well, we're kind of 10 times that. So if you look at the energies maybe 2 months ago, we are now channeling, because that's what we are. We're conduits of energy, much like a copper cable is a conduit or a conductor for electricity. We are conductors of planetary and universal energies. And the energies have ramped up 10 to 100 times more than they were in the middle of this year. And while a lot of you might be like, wow, what am I going to do with that? Well, what do you do when you get given extra voltage, extra ampage? You act on it. Last year, I had the sense at the very beginning of 2018 that we were looking at a year of embodiment. And I mentioned quite a number of times in my writings and in my discussions with people. What did I mean by that? I meant that it was a year in which we were really bringing in our highest vibration, which was pushing down our physical bodies. And in areas where we had blockages, old belief patterns, energetic patterns with people around us that don't serve us or didn't serve us anymore, then that made it very uncomfortable. So that may well cause physical changes or changes in your relationships with quite possibly friends and family. That was the embodiment. That's the bringing down. If we've done our work, that light now is progressing through our physical body, hopefully coming through the bottom of the chakra system, landing into planet Earth, anchoring into her heart. And now we're being asked to step into being human beings, channeling universal energy as a conduit of very powerful, energetically charged vibration. What does that mean? It means that you may well be feeling very driven, very full of energy. You're feeling much more strongly about things you need to change. Well, everything around us, and including all the guidance I've received, is asking us to step into the courage, and now is the time. I also wrote about that a couple of weeks ago, is that now is the time to start stepping into your authenticity, to start shifting those things that are not for your highest good, and really stepping into those things that you feel strongly about, that you feel passionately about, that you feel supercharged about. Because when you feel supercharged about those things, you need to move with them. We're on the brink. We have been as a global human nation been evolving over the last 10, 20 years, and especially the ramp up from 2012. You will all remember, if you were part of the spiritual community, that 2012 was a big year for swapping over, for moving forward. Well, we're now 7 years into that, so we're finished with a 7-year cycle. We're stepping into a new 7-year cycle, which feels like a very powerful one. And it is really asking us to take charge, to go with the flow, to move with where your energy drives you towards, and to have the courage to make the necessary changes. So if you wanted to look at some keywords for 2019, they're around now is the time, step into your power, be courageous, start looking at your truths, make the changes. Things around us are changing so rapidly and so quickly now. We cannot be fearful of change anymore. We need to step into that change. We need to own that change. We need to feel that change within ourselves and really move along with that. The other information that I've been guided to share with you is around us as human beings, right? What is your nature? And again, going back to nature. So you will all know, well, most of you will know that I run silent walking meditations in Newlands Forest. I've got one coming up tomorrow, which I wanted to coincide with a new moon and setting new intentions. It is going to be more important to connect with nature, because nature is a very, very powerful conductor, channeler of universal energy. Trees being the highest of those, right? Pulling in energy, transmitting negative, giving out positive. We're being asked to step into that role. We're also being asked to go back towards our true human nature. And if we go back 20, 40, 100, 200,000 years, when the first human beings were wandering around the planet and most likely had begun and were born in the middle of Africa and quite possibly on the foothills of Table Mountain, we were all one tribe. The human nature there was very different. And in the meantime, we've come through an industrial revolution, a huge technology changes that we've had to cope with. We've lost the connection with our true human nature, which is connected, which is compassionate, which is respectful, which is kind, which sees everyone as part of the same web of life. So the three things maybe for 2019 that I'm going to leave you with is start asking yourself, what is my true nature? Who am I as a human being? What feels natural to me? Because that is the path of where you need to go. That is the path you need to walk. Now is the time. Use the energy that is coming in wisely. Act on positive things. Act on things you're passionate about. Go where you feel alive. And last but not least, have the courage to make the changes that you believe are right for you. They may not be right for everybody around you, but if it leads to you living a more fulfilled, loving, happy life, it can only have a positive impact on everyone around you, because, as I've said many times before, we are all vibratory beings. We are just conduits of energy, and what we decide to receive and what we give off is of the paramount importance. It is now that we own that. It is now that we own mind, body, spirit, whatever you want to call it, that we are beings that have a life force being channeled through us, that is anchored in certain parts of our physical body and which gets emanated out to the people and the surroundings around us. So for 2019, have faith, choose love over fear wherever you can, because it's going to be so important to increase the love vibration on the planet. There are going to be things, situations, people that are going to try and pull you back into the negative, into the fear. Don't. Choose from love. And if ever you're in doubt, ask yourself the question, does it feel like I'm moving from a place of fear, or am I moving from a place of love? Love for yourself first and foremost. And secondly, do I feel expanded by this change or constricted? Expanded is where you want to move. and you want to move and do more things that make you feel alive. But please know that 2019 is critically important for you to step into your power, for you to feel the powerful energies that are coming through and act on them and change for the good, for the better, for yourself and for everyone else. I hope I've conveyed that message succinctly enough and with enough information that you can go away, think about it, mull it over, write your own little mantra for 2019. But it is going to be an action-packed one. It is going to be a powerful one. And everything you say, think, or do is important. Mind, body, spirit, Holy Trinity, connected to earth, connected to Father, sky, universal energy. With that, I'm going to close. If you want to know more about me, the details are always underneath every YouTube channel. And if you want to connect with me in another way, whether for a session or an email, I'd love to chat to you. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to offer you information that I hope will assist you on your path of self-development. And always, always, I send out information and healing that is for your highest good. With that, I will say goodbye and have a blessed, blessed new moon weekend.